a mushroom when I was walking home the other night, and I thought, that's very bright. I couldn't tell if it was bioluminescing, but it was very noticeable, and there wasn't any moonlight. So.
Hello, listeners. Do you say bioluminesce for a fungi, or is it just a luminescent fungi?
Well,
because bioluminescence is...
luminescence is the phenomenon. Hello.
Hello.
And bio is the origin. But I think, yeah, luminesce is to luminesce.
Merceness is I loved X2.
Oh,
thank you, Merceness. Much better than X. Of course it was. Yeah. It's tighter. More punchy. More talk of anuses and things.
Yeah. Explained that horrible thing on Instagram. To a point where you can appreciate it.
See, Michael's liking X.
Oh, okay, less references to TV shows he's never watched. You know, if we got a claim on the clip from the audio from the X-Files.
Hey, we're live with Rabba.
Oh, hey Rabba.
Yeah.
So I reckon we can get away with saying, no, it's for the purposes of review, because we do kind of review the X-Files as a show, right?
Yeah. Zach did say something that you're allowed to put really short clips in, and that's fine. The length of the clip has something to do with it.
And it depends on the purpose too, right? So if you're sampling something for a song, right?
Oh yeah.
Anything, right? But for the purposes, I'm pretty sure copyright allows for the purposes of review.
I followed Rob Lennox on Bandcamp today since he released his new album.
Yeah, I shelled out a few bucks for it.
You got it?
Yeah. Well, I just thought,
donate to him.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's made it available for sale, so I'll throw a few bucks at it. I would like it if I ever released something commercially, I would hope people would buy it. Don't you think?
Especially if you released an album called Coprophilia.
No, that one has to be released for free and anonymously. So I can never discuss it before I release it with anyone.
Hey, look what I bought today.
Ah.
Cold chew for the receiver.
Oh yes, very nice.
So it's so elegant. Little box there.
Yeah, that's...
Cord. Bob's your uncle. How was the day? It was Friday today.
Oh, yeah.
Not too bad. Pretty happy that the weekends are here for a couple of days of
gardening.
Whatever we want to do, gardening.
Something like that, Michael.
I'm not having a huge weekend. I might clean the windows that are really dirty.
Nothing but gardening for me, I think.
But I might mow the lawn. In fact, I should mow the lawn.
Oh, I have to mow the lawn.
Could be a wet weekend by the look of it.
Yeah, today would have been better, but I was working. And I should plant that grapevine too. We do not sow.
Yeah, I'd like to not do yard work, Mercenous, but if I don't, things get really out of control. Michael's in in procrastination mode.
Sounds like my entire adult life, Michael.
I'm knocking off the projects, just getting them done. Episode 13's ready to drop.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm not dropping it till the 31st.
Okay.
Can't drop them too.
You don't want to drop 3 in a week. That's too much. Yeah. Yeah, you're actually building up a backlog here, Rob. So you have a buffer.
I'm preparing
in case
for.
you can't record.
I'm preparing for what's probably going to be a cracker of a thing to fucking edit, which is probably going to be the.
Oh yeah, that's going to be very difficult to edit. I can guess.
There's nothing more horrible than having 3 things that you feel like you have to edit. Yeah.
Just do them one at a time.
There's only 5, 6, 7 working days before a bit of a week off.
7 for me.
What did I say?
You said 5 or 6.
It's next week, which is 5, and then there's Monday, Tuesday. So yeah, that's 7. I'm the same. I can't count. I never did proper maths.
You can't do basic arithmetic?
Oh yeah, like 2 + 2 = 5.
Oh yeah. That's what the book says.
Hey Siri, what's the temperature?
It's currently 23 degrees.
Comfy. Feels cooler than that, if you ask me.
Yeah. It's a company that specialises in making like pro equipment for fucking phones. I have a small rig.
Always had a small rig.
Not too hot, not too cold. Oh, flood warnings, hey. See a bit of rain.
Freezing. What was the evacuation orders about? I missed that.
Floods.
Where?
Northern New South Wales.
Shit.
I think that's what Michael said. Backfire. Hey, so I read a community complaint today about the new intersection down the bottom of the
Yeah.
road.
I don't see what it does to stop mooning.
So,
Yeah.
Ros Bates promised
Mm.
an anti-hooning traffic island, right? Like a raised... Yeah, some flooding.
Mm.
Yeah, so Ros secured millions of dollars to have the work done, so there'd be an island there, so dudes can't do burnouts.
Mm.
And everyone's like, hang on.
Where's the island?
Yeah, and there's this person going, so where did the millions of dollars go? Because I thought this project was an anti-hooning traffic
Because
island.
it now looks easier to burn out.
Yeah, and someone wrote, and those new white lines look really spick, really fresh, but yeah, just a lick of paint, nice smooth bitumen. It's sort of exactly the same as what was there before, except it looks new.
Well, the lines are more clearly defined.
Yeah, that's nice.
It makes you feel like you need to take that corner less.
Yeah, and they cleared
a
some
bit
trees
slower.
so you can see.
Yeah. But it's
But you can still hoon there.
yeah. There's nothing to stop you doing donuts.
Like Ros Bates promised. She's corrupt. She pocketed the
She just embezzled the money, did she?
I don't know. And who the fuck cares? I mean, the hoons will just go down the street.
And I hope that she posts that into the Bates Bulletin as like her anti-hooning measures, and there's photos of people doing donuts.
No, it'd be good to know when she's doing a photo opportunity.
Yeah.
And just like
Or a news spot.
about anti-hooning and her success.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
You should convince your neighbour to.
Yeah. He's young, dumb, full of cum. He'll do it.
Yeah.
You could do donuts in your Toyota Corolla.
Rear-wheel drive helps with donuts. I don't have a rear-wheel drive.
Oh, sorry.
I don't think my differential likes that either. It'd probably just spin one wheel. Hello, Mr. Lennox. Launch day.
Launch day. How was launch day, Mr. Lennox? Can we see your comments?
Yeah, I didn't watch Fisk, by the way. Rob was talking.
Hi gays. Hi guys, went off without a hitch.
Excellent. That's great.
I like your little message saying that this album has all the bells and whistles on it. So on Instagram, Rob did a message
Oh, okay.
saying that the album's got all the bells and whistles.
Schmick.
Schmick.
Oh. Oh, it let you know who I was.
Oh, I followed. I should buy a copy. How much is a copy on Bandcamp?
$7. I paid a bit more because I thought.
Oh, you can pay what you will.
Yeah, you can pay what you want. There's like a minimum price, and then you can pay what you want.
Can you go up to $1 million?
Yeah, give them $1 million.
Okay, so
Yeah.
someone puts $1 million on a Bandcamp album.
Why not? Well, if they wanted to.
Some rich.
Might look a bit like money laundering, but you know.
Yeah, I think. So now you can get spammed.
Yeah. Well, he already knows what my email is anyway. So.
I really like Bandcamp. Jeff Bezos.
I haven't actually listened to it yet, Rob Lennox, but I'll give it a go tonight, I reckon.
Rob doesn't like the kitty suits. What's that?
We were talking about Kitty Flanagan.
What's the suits though?
No, well, you were trying to think of her name, and I said, oh, the woman who wears the suits. I don't think he cares about the suits. I think he just isn't really that fussed on her comedy.
Is she a comedian?
Yeah.
Oh.
We were talking about her yesterday, and we were saying you didn't like her.
No worries, probably better after a few beers.
Aha, I know Keck sure is.
What better after a few beers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or whichever recreational drugs you'd like. Okay, what would you do if you were worth $185 billion? Dom, over to you.
I'd sit back and reflect on all the crimes I had to commit to accumulate that much money.
Would you feel guilty for having that much money?
Yeah, I'd feel terrible. And you don't get that much money without fucking people over.
And what would you do to embetter the world because you have $185 billion?
I guess I'd have to find a way to actually, do
Hello.
useful things for humanity with it,
So would you be the good Samaritan and do the right thing?
I'd like to think so, but we all know that I'm a fuckwit.
You'd be like,
I'd be like, no,
and corrupt it.
Well, that's the thing is most people who accumulate that much money turn into rich people who don't want to let anyone have it.
Would you throw me a mill? Come on.
No, you see, I'll think, oh, well, I worked hard for this. Rob should go out and earn his own fucking billions of dollars.
Dude, come on. We know each other well. Just give me $1 million.
Yeah. All right. So now I've got 186 billion. What about when everyone else in the world asks me for $1 million?
Yeah, but I sit on the park bench with you day after day. You can't just throw me $1 million.
Well, you're doing that as a favour to me.
So I've got to work to pay off my house, and you're not even going to pay off my house for me.
No, fuck no. I got 187 billion because I'm much more talented than you, and I worked harder.
Hey,
It
Lennox,
had absolutely nothing to do with luck.
Rob Lennox would like some of that, get in on some of that cash. Would you cut Rob's access to you so Rob can't actually talk to you anymore, Dom? You get around with a security team?
Yeah, I'll have bodyguards
Yeah,
sitting here on the bench, and you come to sit on the bench, and they're like, "No, over there, sir."
Yeah, they probably would. You're not allowed to pass.
Actually, I'll get the entire park cordoned off when I come here.
On that note, I won $7 last Saturday in the lottery.
Hey, nice one. Can I have some?
So that's 2 wins. First one was $8, second one was 7. Mr. Hogan is busy, I'm sorry. Any work opportunities are traded to foreigners? Probably. Dom, would you need an escape room? You'd struggle to give away just $1 billion.
Maybe I'd buy that little fortress down on Bottle Tree.
With the hardcore security.
Yeah, with the little security gate and the little
security
office for
camera.
a security guard.
Yeah, and hire
The
someone
barbed
to
wire
sit
fence
in there
and-
all day and be bored off their tits.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a drug lord named.
Actually, I could build a compound. I could go out west and build a compound, and eventually get raided by the government or something. Yeah.
What? Go all day
Waco
and crash
style.
on it.
Yeah.
1,000 million, wow. Hi, Sarah.
Hello, Sarah.
You can just buy yourself an island, Tom.
What, like Jeffrey Epstein?
Hey, Rabba with the rainbow. It's sort of humid.
Yeah,
You're getting a lot of rain, aren't you?
we didn't have. We had lots of rain the other day, but not today.
Yeah, today was just moist. Sorry, I don't mean to say that. It was humid, sorry.
It was sunny.
Sunny, yeah. Pouring in Kempsey.
Check out the radar. I see. Well, it's really going on down at Port Macquarie to Maitland.
Right. Ooh, yeah, that's a system.
That's a system.
Yeah.
But there's storms north of that too. Like there's some storms around Lismore right now. I don't know.
I don't know. We're not in Melbourne, and I'm actually not sure of any of these financial details. You'll have to Google it.
Well, I'm not surprised. That looks like a tropical low that has got down there somehow.
Climate change. That's how. 6-digit figure salary. They're using the term rain bomb.
Yeah, it's a meteorological term, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Do we change time, nurse? In Queensland, no.
Hell no, we keep standard time here.
But down where Michael lives, yes.
A couple of weeks, I think it is. Might even be Easter Day.
Easter, there you go.
A nice fancy daylight time for us.
Yeah, fade the curtains. Same time all the time.
But all my meetings will suddenly be an hour later for some reason.
That's good.
Yeah, it is good. I like that time of year.
I'm optimistic about a nice winter.
I essentially live on that time anyway. I just don't need to change my clocks. It's great.
Did you get that sec water thing in the mail today?
No.
It bums me out.
What's it say?
They're going to do burns starting in a couple of weeks, they reckon, if there's no moisture, but there will be.
Yeah. But yeah, if they leave it late.
But between now and September, they're saying expect burns, and that's just going to fucking put smoke everywhere and ruin the views.
Mm-hmm. It'd be great from astronomy once the clouds clear away.
But they go on about, oh no, smoke management is one of our highest priorities. Well,
Woohoo's fuck.
no, like, how do you manage smoke? Smoke's going to go up in the air once you light a fire.
I guess you burn less things simultaneously. You know.
No, I know that is a bullshit thing to
Yeah.
say. It's just to get people to go, oh, at least they're managing it.
It'll be better than those bushfires.
I remember you scoped a mountain air quality when I was in Tokyo.
Yeah. Yeah, because you could
He's
see it.
fucking-
It was everywhere. Not as bad as what they had in like California and Oregon and that though.
Yeah. But Sequarter's jurisdiction sort of is only around.
It was around the catchment.
Yeah. We had it pretty bad in Sydney.
They did.
Yeah.
That's why I keep my lungs prepared.
It won't be shit for you. It'll just be like, oh, this doesn't have enough in it.
Yeah, I need more tar.
Seems like a lifetime ago.
A few things happened last year, didn't they? It's a big year.
Hey, just say the pandemic didn't happen in 2020. Let's go into an alternative universe. Let's
Right,
say the
okay.
pandemic never happened.
Yeah.
What's
Well,
what's
we wouldn't
2020
have been,
look like?
we wouldn't have been scoping on the hill so much.
Yep, that we never would have scoped on the hill
The bushfires would probably feel like a more recent memory.
and be in the news a lot more.
Yeah, all follow-ups on, people recovering.
What about warfare amongst nations?
Oh yeah, that thing with Iran probably would have blown up.
Would Trump still be president?
Don't know. Good question.
Hard to say, isn't it? I think he might have been.
It might have been enough to give him the edge. It's not like it was. It was a pretty close election, wasn't it? Well,
Dude, they were. Yeah, I think he might have won if the pandemic fucked him.
well, his response.
His
to the
response to the pandemic fucked him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so much worse in the States.
Pandemic.
Like, it must have been really hard.
Yeah.
Through it all over there. It
I
still
feel
is.
sorry for my musician and theatre friends because they haven't worked for.
Oh yeah.
It did, Mercenaries, it did. That's baby. Bumping. Yeah, the birds are coming closer. That's okay.
Baby Maggie's getting his own food now.
They've taught him well.
They must be eating well in this weather. All the worms come up.
But it caused us to meet.
Yeah.
So from every bad thing that happens, good things come out of it.
We had met before the pandemic. Though, hadn't
Moist. No, I don't think we would have met this. No.
we? I thought we met late in 2019.
No, I think. How are we going in general? How are you going in general?
Oh, all right.
That was all right. We're all right. Just sitting in the park.
Huh. Well, there
March
you
and
go.
April. I mean, nurse is usually a busy person, being a nurse and a nurse. I remember he was the mystery man from Mercia.
Mm. My neighbours were playing that song this morning, Mr. Lennox.
And we didn't know where you were from, Mercia.
Yeah.
You're still mysterious, but we weren't sure which part of the world you...
But we didn't like talking about ourselves, and so he didn't want to answer any questions about himself.
Ah, so it was a trade.
Mm.
There's so much we don't know about each other.
Mm. Like Rob's Human Centipede project.
And Dom's personal hygiene regime.
I think everyone's got a pretty good idea
Merce says you have secrets, and I do too. No, Merce. My life is an open book.
Why do you pretend to be offended on CAC when I say rude things?
I don't know. It's my job to help the entertainment factor go along.
I think it's because you care about what people think about you.
What?
I don't think your life is an open book.
Hang
I
on.
think you're crafting an image of yourself.
No, dude, I let go of that ages ago. Look, I'm at rock bottom. What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
Yeah. Challenge me. Challenge me.
I don't feel like I had a satisfactory answer to why you pretend to be offended, but...
But I'm not. What do you mean pretend to be offended? I don't understand.
Well,
I'm not. Okay, I think I know what you mean.
I crack a rude joke and CAC, and you go, "Oh, don't!" And then it's like, but if the recorder's not going, the shit you say.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't want to release something that's offensive material because I don't want to get in trouble.
No. So, not an open book.
I say the C word. No, it's open book, but you have to. Rob tries
you
to
have
say
you have to
face.
redact passages in the book.
Redacting is called editing.
Yeah.
I am quite I don't know. What do you say?
Loose.
I love the act of curation. Okay, just say you're the curator of a museum.
Okay. Never really wanted to be one, but sure.
Or what sorts of things would you decide to put in the room?
Stuff I found interesting, I guess. Or stuff that I thought other people would find interesting. Yeah. And I'd just keep all that stuff about how some of it was collected
Okay,
on the QT.
what wouldn't you put in the room?
Maybe some of those skeletons that the early Europeans picked up. Literal human skeletons.
Yeah, good on you. It's a good choice.
I might even try to convince people to repatriate them.
You need to hire people to do that because you're busy curating. And that,
Oh yeah,
that's a
I
lot
wouldn't
of
be
work.
good at the repatriating bit, but I would like to see that happen rather than prevent it from happening.
Fossil turds.
Oh my god, we're in hell. We're in hell, Rob. We're in an FM
Oh, I
radio
need to take a
breakfast show.
photo of that. I need to take a photo of that because I'm doing a poster.
You're doing a poster?
Yeah.
What's the poster
So-
for? Okay.
Yeah. I'm doing like one of those posters where.
Oh, like endorsements.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. That's
Yeah.
an excellent
Yeah,
endorsement.
and Rob is the blonde bimbo who feigns shock at edgy comments. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, we should see if we can get a funny quote from Steve.
Well, we already got one because that's what made me want to do it. You know, a sad acceptance of failed masculinity.
Yeah.
Stephen Davis.
Brilliant.
5
We've
stars.
already got it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
0 stars. I wonder if we can get something from David Stratton.
Just make it up. I'd prefer something from Margaret Pomeranz.
Yeah. I would like Margaret and David to be in total agreement on this one. I'm on non-commercial radio. Fellatio. Maybe we should do a... Oh yeah, I'm not touching that one. Talk to the hand, Michael. We should do an intro spot that is like a radio breakfast program.
Do you know how to do that?
No, but we can script something up. I mean, it has to sound a little less scripted than the last time.
I haven't listened to a radio breakfast program in years and years and years.
They can't have changed that much, can they?
You can't say that.
Actually,
Call in.
yeah, do an actual talkback segment just for the beginning, with very brief and insulting comments from our listeners. What do you think?
We'd have to line listeners up to tune in and insult us.
Yeah, well, we could edit that all together, because we were going to do that on a scope, which would have to be this weekend or next weekend. Next weekend is the latest, so...
Yep. So fucking mow this weekend, because...
Yeah. That's a low bar on Linux. We're looking at John Law's territory.
it's hard to insult.
No, all you need to do is make a true observation that isn't flattering. Nurse.
Nurse is all love. All love. All heart.
Guys just wanted to call in and say I love the show. Oh, what do you like about it?
The end.
I don't like the content, but it's nice listening to you two guys.
Well, that's Talitha. Actually, we could put Talitha.
You guys just talk bullshit.
Yeah, you just talk about bullshit. Talitha, midwife.
Marty's great in person to tell you a story. He has has a lot of good stories.
Marty's the excellent storyteller.
Yeah. The army firing.
That's a backfire. That's not
Oh.
army.
I thought that was rifles.
No.
I don't know. That's firearms.
You
You do
do?
you do hear it from
Not
now
like
and then.
that.
It's pretty close, but it's not that close.
That sounds like someone's killing someone.
No, they're just doing training.
Dude, that is not army training.
Sounds like a fucking automatic weapon to me. I hear it from my house a lot.
I get forecasts for it, and I haven't got any forecast for it. Like when the fire started out, I got a forecast. Oh, we're doing some training, blah blah blah,
Oh, okay.
and then a fire broke out.
Okay. I think Marty should do a rugby league commentary program.
Oh yeah, he'd be good.
Yeah. They're talking about a different Marty, obviously, but I like my brother Marty.
Hey, the ambulance and police were parked and attending an incident across my house today at the owner of the Nook.
Really? Reckon Dad finally went psycho and killed his...
Ambulance was there for 5 minutes, took off. Cop stayed for
But
3
police.
hours. Right?
Yeah.
I don't think you failed, Nurse. What is a failure?
There's no one on Periscope to listen. I mean, consider us failures?
Periscope is not about success or failure. It's just about
Tribe.
I would sit here and periscope to no one if no one came on. We have a fan base.
It's taken us years to build
I don't
up
think we
9
really
girls.
do, though, do we? A regular crowd, I guess about 10 people.
And they don't all turn up at once.
Yeah. It's more like going to the pub, the virtual pub.
Oh, cool.
And we know it's not our banter that brings the viewers in, it's the view. That's why people come here, and the birds.
Yeah, a lot of people would wish we'd stop talking.
Yeah. I mean, if it was just the view and the birds, it would be lovely. But we ruin that by talking.
I don't have a good time at the pub. I hate going to the pub. To exchange brotherly thoughts. You're a very kind man, Nurse. Thank you.
Thank you, Nurse. I love Nurse. He's kind. Putting positive vibes out into the universe.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing to do, is it?
Mm. You getting tired, Tubbs?
I didn't even tense my arm to punch her that time.
Hey, Tubbs?
Hey, Tubbs.
Feeling a bit tired.
You don't like it.
Oh, Mesnos has a concern. What's the concern? Twitter live notifications. I don't even know what they look like.
Doesn't it just like tweet?
I don't know. Don't know how Twitter live works.
I don't know how Twitter works.
Oh, there's a lag. Well, maybe they'll fix it. Maybe they'll just fold the Periscope technology into Twitter.
I think they'd have done it by now.
I
They've had
ex-
several years.
There'll probably be a Twitter update the day this closes down.
You'd think they'd do it a little bit beforehand. You know, iron out the bugs a little.
A dry run. Hey, fuck off. Yeah, Dom tried to squeeze my fat, you bastard. What a horrible feeling. Eh?
And by squeeze your fat.
I foresee that after Easter, now that I know where my frickin' room is, I told you I got that room.
Oh yeah.
That
You'll
I'll
working
be.
from the office a bit.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that, Michael.
You need to listen to Rodney Rood more. He used that all the time.
Crack of fat.
Crack of fat.
Well, yeah, it is more appealing to go into an office where it's functional and not shit,
Yeah.
and I'm not in an open plan. That's
Yeah.
really appealing to me.
It's
Rather
nice not being an open plan. I agree.
Oh yeah, you're in one. You're not in one.
No, I've been in one, but I
But
don't have one now.
I know. I'm like
but,
you, Dom.
But if I have to share the office and if the other person's there, we can't both be in it at the same time at the moment.
There's 2 desks in my room. One's a hot desk. So,
Good.
do you have hot desk shit going on?
Not in my office, but yeah.
But around the place. I don't do hot desking because I'm editing and I don't have.
Well, some of the software developers, they all hot desk, but like some of them work on Macs and some of them work on PCs. And it's like, well, I have my big fucking workstation here. How am I supposed to hot desk?
I'm deliberately avoiding calling it an office
Yeah.
because office gives people the shits, I've noticed.
Yeah. Call it the editing room.
Do you get up and stretch every half hour?
I should.
Dude, Rob, I get up and stretch every 10 minutes. That's how, even if I'm editing something, I get up because editing something makes you crunch up into a hideous ball of concentration.
If I'm working on something I'm interested in, I will often forget to get up and stretch, but if I'm working on something tedious, I will get up and move around.
Doing this,
Yeah.
it's like gaming for...
No, you gotta watch your posture so that you don't start putting your chin forward.
It is,
It
Rob.
sure is.
Yeah.
It builds up over the decades.
I've pulled things and fucked things. Yeah, your Apple Watch can remind you.
I can set my watch to do it, but it's annoying.
Even if my Apple Watch reminded me mid-edit, I'd be like, no, fuck Apple Watch, I'm finishing this. You know what I mean? A lot of people stand. That's good. That's very healthy, most knows.
I had a go of a sit-stand desk once in a while, and I found if I ever got it working on something very important, I would put it into sit mode and forget all about it. It was only when I wasn't doing anything with the deadline that I would use the stand mode.
I felt bad because when I worked at Really Midge, Al bought me an adjustable stand to sit, and I used it for about a week standing, and then I went back to sitting.
It is, you gotta...
He spent $500.
It's easy to do. Well, that's pretty cheap for that sort of thing. Yeah, it is. You have to work at it because it's easy to do for the first week, but like getting it as part of the routine, it actually really does.
It was the refreshing thing, like, oh, I can stand up and type. Yay! Someone's dog did a dog poo because I can smell it.
I remember working at a checkout. Did a lot of standing then.
Yeah,
Standing all day.
I don't mind that. I did that at Borders. In fact, you never sat at Borders. You always stood.
Yeah, I could only at that job. I could only ever sit down when I was having a break.
We've all done our fair share of retail.
I hope
Guys,
he's okay.
I have to take my dad to the doctor tomorrow. I have to go. Okay, most nurse. Have a good sleep. Good night. You too, most nurse. Have a good, sweet dreams. Yep. Good afternoon, good day. What movie should I watch tonight, Dom?
Do you have a short list?
Probably, if I think about it. I just thought I'd throw one at you. In case I don't see you.
You should track down Day of the Beast.
That doesn't sound good.
It's a Spanish film.
Hey, you know that thing Kingdom of Heaven, which I think you've seen? The Ridley Scott thing?
I haven't seen it now.
Oh, there's 3 cuts of it. Ninja Scroll.
Well,
Hello.
it's got some tasteful scenes in it.
Ninja Scroll.
Yeah. Have you ever watched it?
No.
Yeah. It's got some messed up stuff in it.
You know, so I'm online today and I'm going, okay, there's 3 very different cuts of Kingdom of Heaven. One's 2 hours, or one's 2 hours 13, and one's 2 hours 18.
Right.
Like, what the fuck? It's weird. And one's called the Roadshow cut, one's called the Director's cut, and one's just called the theatrical release cut. It gets very confusing.
And this is all just released in the last year?
I don't know. I was confused. I'm like, well, which cut do I watch?
It sounds like you should just make
One. It's
I
Ridley
can
Scott.
understand a director's cut if the studio is holding you back and 10 years later, but if you're able to release all 3 simultaneously, why not just pick one?
They're all available.
It's
You
not-
have to choose, and you have to pay different prices for different ones. It's fucking weird.
different prices.
Yeah. They have different price points for different cuts.
Is there like a... is the distinguishing feature how much buggery appears in?
One's rated M, one's rated R.
Oh! It'll be to get past the American rating laws. Watch the R-rated one.
Will it? Okay.
Yeah. Because R-rated films in America are more like MA here, right? And that significantly reduces your profits.
Okay. That's why the theatrical is MA and the R is
Yeah.
a cut, an after the fact cut.
I'm a writer. I don't process words.
Can't get that film streaming.
I know.
I love that.
I was just thinking about the streaming dilemma.
I'm glad I still have that DVD, because
Yeah.
if I want to watch it, I can.
Yeah. Do you have anything you can play it on?
The Blu-ray plays DVD.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Just one of the guys.
Nah. I need to use some of the equipment that I already have before I start buying new stuff. Much as I would love to splash out on some more synthesizer modules that I'm never going to use.
Okay, if you had a budget to buy any synthesizer, what would you buy?
Oh, well, if I had a budget to buy any, I'd probably buy some of the nice ones. Like, I've been buying fairly cheap and cheerful ones.
Or
Yeah.
is there one off the top of your head you'd buy?
I'd like one of those very expensive Moog ones. Actually, there's two. Like, there's one that's like a nice unit. I can't remember what it's called. Got a keyboard and everything. But I am a telescope guy.
Yeah, he's a telescope
and
guy.
I haven't bought any new telescope equipment in a long time, which is good because it's
'Cause you
cloudy.
can't see anything.
It's cloudy all the time, and I can never use it. No, but the Moga have done a re-release of one of their classics, like full-size modular, like one of the behemoths that fills up a room. If I had an unlimited budget, I would get one of them. I think they're met 10,000, more than 10,000. Yeah.
How the hell do you ship that? Do they ship that?
In pieces, I
They have to
guess.
come and build it for you.
Yeah, they're not portable.
No. Imagine having a synthesizer room downstairs where you go,
Oh, well, if I kept buying modules, I could just, like, start making it like a TARDIS or something. Some people do that, you know.
I know, I've seen it. I've seen it. Do you have an on-demand hot water heater?
I have solar hot water, but I can apply energy to it to heat watering.
An outside tub?
No, I don't have an outside tub. All my neighbours would be able to see me.
You should put one on top of your water tank.
See, if you had a private view like this, an outside tub would be amazing, don't you think? A jacuzzi. With bubbles.
You could have all the guys over.
Actually, if I had the cash, building something with decent sound dampening would be good. How many cars can I park at my house?
1, 2, 3, I reckon.
In my place? Yeah, you could probably squeeze a third one in there. That'd be hard.
One in the garage, one up the garage, and one behind the garage.
Yeah. Be a fuck around to get them out.
Yeah. I wouldn't do it, but it's like how many people can you squeeze into a Mini?
Lots. Depends if you cut them up first.
What is your favourite view outside of a window, Dom?
What, any given window?
Any window. What do you want to see when you look out a window?
I would love a place that has this view out the window, but I don't have that.
Yeah,
I
this
have to
view's
walk to
fine.
it. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
It would be nice to have a bathroom, an indoors bathroom with a big glass door that you can open and that has a view out to something nice.
Or the ocean might be
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I don't know, something vast.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I guess the view out of my lounge room window is the one that I like.
Is this the outback?
Certainly not.
No, this is not the outback.
The in front. Yes, must be.
Do you have an outhouse?
No.
No. All the toileting is done in-house.
There is a sort of outhouse in the park, though.
Do you own an electric kettle? Yes. What's for dinner, Dom?
I had a very late lunch. I'm not sure how hungry I am. I only had lunch just before I came out here. So I think I might give dinner a miss.
Hey, how long do hard drives last?
It depends. There's a thing called mean time between failure.
I'm thinking I should buy a backup for my personal hard drive, which is a lacy sort of...
Warranties are typically 1 year. If you're lucky, you can get 2 years. So that might give you an indication as to how long they expect these things to last.
I'm going to get a new one.
Yeah, get a new one. Redundancy is good.
What do you do?
I have an internal drive that is just for backups, and I have an external drive that is also for backups. So I have a copy of my backups on 2 separate drives and then the original discs.
I don't know, Rabba. You're doing maths for me.
I'm not going to calculate that in my head. Is it a prime number? It's not actually not a prime number, it's an even number.
Don't make me do maths on a Friday afternoon after work. She's just messing with us.
Rob, what's the cube root of 2? How would you calculate pi by hand?
By hand?
Yeah. Now that's a tedious process.
By hand means can I use a computer and a keyboard?
No.
'Cause that's hand.
How would you work it out with a pen and paper?
Fuck that. I'd use a whiteboard, actually.
Yeah, a whiteboard, yeah.
I've been told I need to watch A Beautiful Mind again. With Russell Crowe.
Yeah, I never watched that once at the cinema, I think.
Love a bit of whiteboard.
I watched it. There's a maths communicator I subscribe to on YouTube. And every pi day, he does a different way of calculating pi, right? And the recent one he did was very interesting, right? He collaborated with a physics experimenter, and they got water, right? And they coated it in a fine dust that wouldn't submerge, right? And then they got this oil in a solution, right? And dripped on a volatile solution, so everything except the oil would evaporate, right? He dropped it onto the water, and it expands and pushes the dust away into a circle. All the volatile stuff evaporates, and you get a layer of the oil that's like 1 atom thick, or 1 molecule thick, right? And then he used the what he knows about chemistry and calculating the density of molecules to calculate pi. And he got something like 3.2, which is actually not bad. Because they were expecting to get something ridiculous, like either 0 or several thousand.
Hey, my bones tell me things,
Uh-huh.
and I'm expecting interesting things to happen here this winter, in the dead of winter, in July.
My bone tells me things.
No, my bones, like the core of my being, like my bones. Yeah.
Interesting things are going to happen in winter. Like
Yeah,
what?
I reckon. I don't know. It's just going to be like, yeah, man. This is the winter we've been waiting for.
All right. Well, chalk that one down, right?
Rabba's got the horn for your voice.
Thank you, Rabba. Chalk that one down, and then when on the first day of spring, come back to it. Like so, make a note of your bone premonitions, right? And then you can see how accurate they were.
Okay.
Seal it in an envelope and post it to yourself to be opened on a certain date, the first day of spring.
Remember posting things to yourself?
Yeah, I remember that.
Did you do that a lot? To get
Yeah.
the date stamp?
Yeah, I did registered post a bit to get the date stamps. Yeah, it is. We got the radio mics out.
Yeah. And we can do that if we want now.
Yeah, we could. And I could even tune into the scope to see what the comments are to keep up with them.
That's nuts. Let's do a scope tomorrow. Radio mics, sitting down there, iPad, can see the comments, can comment.
Yeah, cool. I can dig it.
So they can't, do you know what I mean?
When someone comes up on a motorcycle and steals your phone. Don't put it here, put it somewhere.
Yeah, put it down there.
And tether it.
Too advanced. It's easy. What if?
I think we can demonstrate that it's possible. We have the technology.
Let's do it.
The latency might not be that
I think
good,
that's
but
funny. I'm going to have to wear a funny hat so people can't recognise me.
We may need to use headphones.
Why?
Oh, actually, no, because we won't need to actually hear anyone unless we have callers.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Of course, yeah. Brilliant. That's the one thing that microphone thing is missing, is a monitoring. Or doesn't have...
But I can.
Oh, it'd be good to have multiple monitoring, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can plug my ear.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, cool.
But as long as I'm hearing what the phone hears, then I hear that. Because it doesn't hear something else.
If I want to do a song that involves mentioning COVID, I'll probably need to hurry up, don't I? Because one day it'll all be over.
Why bother?
Yeah.
Do you have an idea?
Oh, it's just one line. Yeah. I don't have the boomerang with me, sorry. I'd never owned one of them. Mr. Lennox, did you have a crack at playing a didge once? I feel like you did.
Circular breathing's hard.
Yeah. Is it? Are you actually circular breathing, or are you using air in your cheeks to keep squeezing out while you're breathing in through your nose?
I think that's what it is, though.
Yeah.
That's what circular breathing is.
Yeah, because I always thought that there was like supposed to be some way to actually have like air coming out of your lungs and going into your lungs at the same time. I'm like, how the fuck do you do that? But
No.
it makes a lot more sense if you can use your mouth.
Well, it's only what your body can do.
Yeah. That's why I was always confused about it as a child. And you do see them puffing their cheeks, so yeah.
You can see him doing it.
Maybe it was Brendan